from what went on with the NBA playoffs and all with the success of your guys?
Well, I think that it gave us certainly a huge set of content, to discuss, and especially during this time when you're not doing in-home visits, you're not doing school visits, you're not doing visits on campus. You're looking for new things to talk about, anything to talk about, really, with young people. And when it came in the form of our guys doing so well in the bubble, it definitely gave us something to discuss, as well as with our team, and I think that it's been helpful.
All right, Kyle Tucker with The Athletic, you're next.
Yeah, Joe, I wondered, I've talked to several coaches around your league about the challenges that have popped up over the course of the last few months, just trying to have complete practices, not necessarily even because their guys were testing positive, but because of all the contact tracing. If, somebody was in contact with somebody who did, then all of a sudden you got one guy or two guys or several guys out. How much continuity have you guys had so far this preseason, and to be able to actually go and have real practices with full participation?
I think that our guys have been extremely disciplined in their day-to-day lives, and it speaks to their maturity. It speaks to their commitment to becoming their best version. And I think that when you come to Kentucky, that is, really the biggest thing is you come here for the culture. You come here to test yourself on the floor. You come here to test yourself against great competition day in and day out. You come to be coached by a Hall of Fame coach and a group of assistant coaches that are going to push you. And our guys have, been extremely disciplined, in their day-to-day. We have a tremendous athletic training staff that works with our guys. Our weight room has been electric. Our practices have been great. So it's been fun, and I think when you have these times and you have, things that are going on that we can't control, I think you need guys that are disciplined and that are bought into daily improvement.
All right, next up, we'll go with Jerry Tipton of the Lexington Herald-Leader. I know, Jerry, I always have a problem unmuting you. I don't know if it's something you've got clicked on your end, but hold on. There you go. You're good.
Okay. Joel, I'm wondering kind of a two-parter about COVID. Also, I'm wondering if the team bonding process is affected by COVID in the sense of they're not all on the court together as much, as I understand it. And I'm wondering, too, with fewer fans, it sounds like there'll be a lot fewer, how that might impact player performance.
Well, I think that, you look at our team, and I think you look at teams across the country, it has to take a hit, and I'm referencing, kind of team bonding, because you lose certain areas. You lose not only the basketball court, Jerry, you lose common areas. You lose team meals. You lose opportunities to be in large groups. So I think that is where we're going to, have to kind of hope that we are able to make that up somehow, or our guys are, coming together sooner with less opportunities that we have had. I think that's something that coach has always done here is we've had meals and we've had family style gatherings, and we haven't been able to do that, because of kind of the restrictions. So I think that has a little bit more to do with it, to be honest with you, than some of the stuff that we've been able to do on the floor. In reference to the fans, I don't know. I mean, I think that you've seen the bubble. I think that was a high level of basketball that we just watched. And I think that, when our guys are able to get back out on the court, they're going to be excited. Whether there's one fan or 21,000 fans, I think they're going to be excited. They're going to play for each other. They're going to be challenged, and they're going to be ready to go.
All right, next up we'll go to John Hale with the Courier Journal.
Joel, for all your recruiting success at Kentucky over the last decade, BJ's the first consensus top 5 guy in 5 years. What about his personality do you think makes him able to take on that added scrutiny and the spotlight that's going to be shining him this year?
Well, I think, like I said, I mean, he's very similar to a lot of the guys that we've had here. They're driven internally to be great. BJ wants to be special. That's why I think he came here. He wanted to be different. He wanted to be someone that went against other really good players every day, that came to play for a Hall of Fame coach, that came to a place where a staff was going to challenge him. He knew that he was going to play against really good players in practice and go up against the schedule that we're going to put together for him here. And, he's a guy that is motivated. He wants to be in the gym. He wants to be coached. He has some of the traits of some of the great guys here. The greats that have been here and definitely during my time have had a curious mind. They ask questions. They want to watch film. They're very coachable. But at the same time, I love BJ because he's confident. He's a little bit stubborn. And those are also the guys that are special. And I think he's built for that. And I think that, the guys that come here, they want to have that challenge and really they want to be built different. And I think that's what we're going after right now.
All right, William Kevorkian, you've got the next question. Go ahead.
With regards, to this pandemic and to the various social movements right now in the United States, what has been the coaching staff's message to the team with regards to their play on the court and also life off the court?
I think that when you come to Kentucky, you have, like I've mentioned, a Hall of Fame coach that is going to support you, that's going to have your back. This is a players first program. Everything that we do here is with their dreams, their goals in mind. Every day when you come in this office as an assistant coach, you serve the players. Our head coach sets that tone every single year. And we support our players. That's the bottom line. We love our players. We challenge them. But at the end of the day, we support them. We're here for them. We're here to listen. We're here to have conversation. And that is, what our job is. That's what our role is for these guys is to be here for them and to support them. And we'll always support our players on the floor and off the floor.
All right, next up we got Patrick Dallahan. Go ahead, Patrick.
Obviously, Terrence Clark, Brewster Academy alum, really came up from New England. How do you think him playing in New England affected his recruiting process?
Terrence is an extreme talent who works hard, who's competitive, and I would, I would probably just be spouting off if I, kind of answer your question without really knowing much. And honestly, I don't really know much about that area. I know that there's been tremendous players, kind of guys on our staff have recruited more up there in the past than I have. But watching Terrence play over the last couple years, you see an uber competitive young man that wants to win and is excited about the challenge. So I think when you go to a program like Brewster that is extremely well coached, by Jason Smith and has really good players, that Terrence is comfortable playing with other talent and wants to be in a setting where it's going to be challenging. And that's a credit, really to Jason and his staff up there and the tradition and the culture that they have. And that says a lot about Terrence.
Guys, about halfway through here. I'm going to start to get some second questions coming in. So I'm going to circle back to Larry, and then I'll go to you, Kyle. Go ahead, Larry. Hold on a sec, Larry. Try unmuting on your end.
Just wondering, Joe, but with all the speculation among fans and media about SARS eligibility, how is he handling things still when it comes to being with you guys and not knowing for sure what may or may not happen?
I mean, Olivier is a beautiful person that has a great attitude and a positive outlook, on every single day. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know how it's affecting him. I know that he comes to work every day. And I know that he's one of the first guys in the gym. I know that he's putting in extra time. He's becoming a great leader, I think, for this young group. But I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, I love his positivity and how he comes here every day. And you can tell he's excited, to be here. He's excited to be in the gym. And I think we've seen that with guys like Olivier. You see it with Davion. You see it with Nate Sestina. You see it with Jacob Toppin. You see it with Reed Travis. These freshmen, they don't know anything different. This is college basketball to them. They don't know anything different. These other guys have seen what it's like other places. And now it's a little bit of, they're able to order the surf and turf, on the menu. And I think that they're eating pretty daggone good right now. And I think they enjoy that. So I think that it's fun for these guys. I think it's great for Olivier. And he's added a tremendous, boost to our day-to-day operation here.
All right, Kyle Tucker, we'll go with you, and then Ken Spencer, I'll get you next.
Yesterday, or 2 days ago, I guess, Davion mentioned the thing that has stood out to him so far is the first day of practice. He said nobody could get a layup. Everybody's blocking everything. What have you seen in that regard? I know in the past when Kentucky's had great teams, it has had great rim protection. Are you seeing some of that show up the way Davion sort of mentioned it there?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's we do have some active live bodies around the rim. And it's funny, I did see Davion's, kind of quote on that. And it's been funny just visiting with him and asking him, what his take is on practice. And he says, man, it's just the speed has been a noticeable difference. He says, I'll see lanes open or I'll see what I think is open. And then, next thing I know, it's, multiple bodies flying at you. And it goes back to, a little bit to, what Jerry had said earlier. I mean, you have a group of guys that's excited to play basketball. You've got a group of guys that have basketball taken away from them. Basketball's changed. It's changed for all of us in a couple different ways. And, so you have a group that comes into the gym that wants to play, that wants to play hard. They're excited to be here. And I think when we've, had special teams, and we've had really good teams, in my 6 years here. And when you have special teams, there's a little bit of a different buzz, kind of in the gym. And I think we have that right now. Our guys are excited. They're having fun, but they're also competing. And that's something that, as a coach, you don't really, it's hard to coach that, but it's something that you can recruit. It's something that you can identify if kids want this, and I think when you are going after those kinds of guys early, you find out what they're about. You find out if they want to be challenged. You find out if they want to be in a setting where they're going to have to go every single day or they're going to be exposed. And I think that's how you become built different, is when you embrace that from the beginning.
All right, Ken Spencer, WHS, we'll go with you next.
Yeah, Joel, I apologize if you've already been asked this, but with Kenny's departure and Bruiser coming in, has that changed your role within this coaching staff at all?
It gives me a little bit more room on the bench. I think that's really what I'm the most excited about. You know, Kenny took up a lot of space on the bench, and then took up even more of my part of the bench. So I'm in contact right now with our folks here about making sure that the social distancing is in place on the bench. We really probably needed it the last couple of years, but Bruiser is a coach that has tremendous experience. I think when you look at our staff. You have a Hall of Fame head coach, and Coach Cal. You have a former head coach, right there in Coach Robick, former head coach, successful head coach in Tony Barbie. And now you add, Bruiser Flint. And you've got 4 Division I successful head coaches on our bench. And I mean, it's that's a heck of a group, I think, we all miss Kenny, and Kenny did great things here. But I think when you talk about Cal and his, time as a head coach, he's had multiple staffs. He's had different dynamics on his staff. And this is just going to be another group. It's been fun already working with Brew and working with Jay. I think that there's, a renewed sense of energy on Cal's behalf, but I think that some of that comes from our assistants as well. We're excited. We all love being here. And I think everyone understands the challenge that's ahead. And, when you come to work every day, I mean, you get to work with the kids that we have on our team. That's exciting.
All right, guys, probably got time for 2 more questions, maybe a third. We'll go with Jerry Tipton, and then we'll go to William Kevorkian again. Go ahead, Jerry.
Yeah, Joel, I wondered what the reaction was from you or the staff to Chris Mack's video, the 2-minute video, sarcastically saying they need to do whatever they can to help Cal and his program. And where is that UK U of L situation at this point?
Honestly, I mean, I don't know. I don't even remember watching the video. It was a couple days probably after it came out, I guess, that I saw it. But I think when you're a head coach, you've got to do what you got to do. And I have tremendous respect for Chris and his staff, more so probably on a personal level. Chris worked with my mom at Wake Forest. My mom was Skip Rosser's secretary from day one until the day that he ultimately passed away. So guys like Chris Mack, Dino Gaudio, Pat Kelsey, Jeff Battle, those guys were with my mom and our family during a very tough time. So I have tremendous respect for Chris and his family. I would call Chris a friend. But this is business, and I think everybody has to do what's best for their program. And I would say that, every day I got to do what's best for Cal too. So I figured that out, and I try to make Cal happy every day when I come to the office as well. So I kind of maybe get where Chris is coming from.
All right, William, we'll go to you next. And if somebody's got one more question, I'll take the first one that comes in. Go ahead, William.
I guess what were your overall thoughts about how some of the former Wildcats played in the bubble? And this is a 2-part question because the next one is, the media, the public, the fans, they were shocked about the performances of these players because it was outstanding. Were you at all shocked, or were you kind of just like, that's an expectation and this is what I saw when they were here at Kentucky and this is nothing new?
I think every one of them is different, right? I mean, I think you have guys, the older guys got some time to rest and recharge, and got down into the bubble and were focused. And then I think you had guys on the youthful guys. I mean, you look at a guy like Tyler Hero that was able to probably get some more work in. A guy even like Keldon Johnson, that spent a sizable amount of the season in the G League. And then was able to come in and kind of have some tremendous games down in the bubble. So, I think with it, you're always excited to see the guys. I don't know that I would say that I'm surprised, just because I've seen them work. I know what they're about as people. And when you have the attitude that our guys have on the front end, coming to Kentucky, when they want to be challenged, when they want to be in a setting that they're going to be tested every single day, you're not surprised because they are built different when they go to the NBA. You know, they're used to it. You know, oftentimes, you know, you'll talk to our guys and they'll mention that their rookie year was their time at Kentucky, whether it was 1 year or 2 years. And that's a credit to Coach Cal and how he runs this program, in the expectations that he has of our guys, and how he challenges them daily, but also how they challenge each other. And that's what makes Kentucky special. That's what makes it different. And I think that's why our guys do so well at the next level, because they're trained, they're prepared, and they're just built different.
All right, guys, we'll end it off with John Wong. Go ahead, John.
Hey, Joel, just a quick follow-up on the Olivier situation. Do you have any idea when that ruling is going to come? And with that SEC rule of a player having to have 2 years of eligibility, I mean, were you guys aware of that? Where did the confusion come in on that aspect?
John, I like your background is probably the best one, I think, of everyone that I'm seeing on this you know, call. So that's a credit to you. You know, and I don't even know how to answer your question. I'm sure Erica was giving me tips on how to answer it the right way. And I don't know that I'm even going to probably look at my notes on what I'm supposed to say. But, you know, Olivier's a beautiful person. He's excited. We're excited that he's here. And, you know, we'll see. I mean, that so much of that is out of my control. You know, I think I'm just coming to work today. We get to, you know, work with a great group of young guys. We are off, I guess, today and tomorrow, and then we'll get after it on Friday. So I think we're all just kind of waiting to see, you know, what Friday looks like, and see who shows up to practice. I guess that's always a good sign.
All right, Joe, we appreciate you joining us today. Just a reminder, everyone, we'll have Dante Allen on Friday. We are looking at 1:30 again for that start. You should have the link. And just remind you guys again, we'll email out the link, the transcript here soon.